and welcome to my channel. If it's your first time seeing my face, my name is Norma. Thanks for stopping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for hanging with me. Today, I'm going to take you along as I do some stove shopping. So if you're like me and you haven't bought a stove for a while, I'm excited to know what's out there and all the different features that they have. But I also want to make sure it don't break my bank. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and let's grow this channel. So come on, let's go to the store and start shopping. I'm coming to Home Depot, and that's where I'm going to look for my stove. so it's been a couple of days and I've bought the stove, and then we had some hiccups along the way. So I'm going to tell you what happened and why I had to return the stove to Home Depot. So I bought the stove and they had scheduled the date for me to get it, but they didn't tell me the time. So it took about 3 days. He said I could call if I hadn't heard from them to know what time. So I called. I found out the delivery time was scheduled for from 10:30 to 2:30. So I called the number, and as I was talking to the lady, I found out that the guy who I bought the stove from at Home Depot had put my wrong telephone number in there. So she said she was going to change it and update with the company. The day they were scheduled to come, I had another appointment, so I needed to make sure they would be here on time. So I called them at 1 o'clock when they didn't come. And the lady said, oh, they're running, they will be there by 2:30. So I waited, and then at 2:23, I called again. And I called, and she said, oh, they came, and they couldn't deliver the stove, and they left. And I was like, how did they not deliver the stove? I'm home. I've been home all day waiting for them. So she put me on a brief hold, and then she came back, and she said, well, they called, and you didn't answer. And I was like, I'm sitting here, nobody called me. So after we're going back and forth, I said, tell me what number it is that they called. And then she tells me the number the guy had put in that was wrong. And the salesperson the customer service person I talked to said she was going to change it, and she never did. So my gasket went from 0 to 7. And then she told me the only time they could come back was another 10 days. And I didn't have any opportunity to talk to any manager or anybody to get my stove. And I thought that was totally ridiculous. So I hung up, and I decided the next day I would go to Lowe's and find out if they sell the same stove and how much it would be. And then I was going to return that one to Home Depot. So the next day I go to Lowe's, and I asked them to check if they had the identical stove, because I checked the floor and I didn't see it. So when she checked, she said, oh, we have one in the warehouse, and then we have several that's out in the, I don't know, the store or wherever they keep them. So I told her I wanted to buy it, but I needed to know the price. So I gave her my receipt from Home Depot, and she looked, and she said, oh, it's a little bit more expensive. And I was like, how expensive is it? She said, by 2 pennies. So I said, oh, that's fine. I'll pay the 2 pennies, and I need that stove, but I needed to come to my house early. I don't want to wait for 10 days. So after I paid for the stove, she told me I could get it the next day. But here's the kicker. I had to also call them, because they were supposed to call me and schedule the time. When I called the next day, they told me the wait time was from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Who does that? 12 hours of waiting. So you have to take off work. You can't schedule any other appointment to get your appliance to come home. Who was the brainiac that set a schedule like that somebody has to wait from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.? At least for Home Depot, it was like a 4-hour window. Yeah, that's 4, like 11, 12, 1, 2. That was 4 hours. But they had 12. So if you need your stove, you just had to wait. So I had someone to do that day, but I was like, hopefully they'll come early, and then I can run out. They came here at 7 something p.m. I think it was like 7:15 p.m. That's when they showed up to my house with the stove. And it was raining outside, and I was kind of scared, but they had it all covered. So here's the kicker. You buy the stove, it comes with no plugs. So I had to pay additional money for the plugs. Then they charge $5 more than Home Depot. Home Depot charges $25 to haul your old appliance. Lowe's charges $30 to haul the appliance. So I paid for the stove. I paid $30 for them to take the old one, and I think the plug that I had to pay was like $37, but it installed it and I love it. It's working well, and now I'm going to show you what it looks like. The truck is here to bring my stove. Finally brought my stove home. I can bake with this one. I can roast. There's another bake, broil, high and low. I can air fry, keep it warm, bread proof, and dehydrate. And that's what I wanted, so I can step up my game to start doing other things for my channel. I can also steam clean it, and it has a self-clean also. It has 5 burners, so we have the warming center. We have a smaller one right here. There's another one on the side. And this one is a rapid boil. And this one is a fast boil. They'll do anything just so you can spend that money. But I wanted this stove just because I could air fry in it, and also because I could dehydrate my stuff. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and hit that notification button so each time I upload you will be notified, and tell some of your friends to join the family. And I'm going to be doing a Q&A in a couple of weeks, so you'll be able to send me questions so you can get to know me. If there's any reviews you want for me to do, or you want for me to cook something, just drop it in the comment section, and I'll see you the next time I upload. Bye bye.